Hey, Rob Travels with Dottie here, and it is, what's the date today? It's the 27th of May, 2025, and I've got comment video. So I'm going to try to make a change to this, improve it a little bit. They've been running way too long, and I think they're getting a little boring. So what I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to go into my phone and I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes. And when that timer goes off, I'm going to wrap it up, unless I'm in the middle of something I'm really interested in. But we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And instead of going back to the end of the last one, I'm going to start with the most recent comments and work my way backwards. And I'm going to pick ones that I have something to say about versus reading them all. So I apologize if you're used to getting your comment read every time. It's too much content. And I think I'm pushing some people away with that kind of content. So the first one was Louis Paparella. Aaron Run into Carlsbad, New Mexico was the video. And that was I went into Walmart, did some shopping. And during that, I was like, I wanted those little pre-made salads. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because it got the little mini fridge right next to me. These things, I love these things. It's perfect for a single guy, single girl, single person, single serve, already made. It's got the dressing in there, the toppings, the lettuce, and even a little plastic fork. It's perfect. Anyway, I was like, they don't have it here. They have it in other Walmarts. I don't know why they have it there. And as I'm walking through and deciding it's not here for the second or third time I've been in this Walmart in Carlsbad, I said, hey, if you're from here and I'm missing it, say something in the comments. And then later, when I'm headed out, I saw a little to-go section, or I forget what it's, a quick pickup or something section, and there they were. And Louis says, the pre-made salads are near the front. You pass them on your left at 3309. Yep, I told you so. So he might have put this before I actually saw that and got in there and bought like 4 or 5 of them. Let's see. And then same one, I couldn't find the rugs, and Terrell says rugs in the linen area. And it actually, the rug I was looking for was not in the home linen area. They were actually, it was an outdoor rug I was looking for, and it was over by the garden center. Let's see. Also talks about her dog. Her dog, Louie, developed an abscess Saturday, and he has no eyes. He has no eyes. They were removed 2 years ago. He's 15 and a half years old. The infection was in his eye socket from a tooth. The vet gave him an antibiotic shot, but Sunday his abscess burst and he was bleeding from the iris. So emergency vet visit, gave him some antibiotic to take and 2 pills. So Tuesday we will schedule dental work. Doctor said probably will end up removing several teeth. I'm very nervous based on his age. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Terrell. That's always, I did a video on the worry I had. Well, did you get to see Dottie? I don't think so. There's Dottie over sleeping on the couch. She's doing much better. Had a little bit of scare with her. She's just got mobility problems, and we're trying new medications, and so far so good. But it's so heartbreaking and nerve-wracking when you're worried about your dog or your cat or whatever, pet, child, friend. Texas lady says, I had asked on the trip, showing the road trip, what those stacks by the oil wells were that had flames coming out. And I said, did anyone local can maybe tell us? She said, so much oil burn-offs there. South of me toward Midland, Odessa, there are a lot of those. I had family work in the oil field south of there. I don't think people realize how much goes on in the Artesia, Carlsbad, down to Menton area. Where I live, Halliburton is fixing to put one of the biggest yards in 2020 before the things crash. Earthquakes more common lately. First one yesterday within a mile of my house. Wow. Critical importance of RV tire checks, a tragic reminder. And someone, I'm not going to read it. It's ridiculous. Sorry. That's a very old video, by the way. Um, let's see. Lots of very nice. The medical scare with Dottie. The title was A Medical Scare with Dottie hyphen It's Okay Now. I don't like scaring people with titles, right? So I don't want people to go, oh my, something terrible is wrong with Dottie. I have to watch the video to find out if she's okay. That's in a way unconscionable. So I wanted people to know I was scared. I'm not anymore. She's okay. And if you're interested, here's the video. And I got so many kind comments. It meant a lot. Susan B did one of them. I'm glad to hear Dottie's doing better. I've been watching a few other dogs on YouTube happen to have arthritis. And then she goes on to suggest some other medications and things. Let's see. Joe McIntosh was asking, what's a good RV park to stay in Eagle Nest where I stay in the summer. And I gave them two. One of them was Golden Eagle, and that's where they reserved. The other one is where I stay, and I doubt there was any. She books up for the summer, like the year before. But Golden Eagle, I know the couple that owns Golden Eagle, and also their parents. I've spent a lot of time there. It's a wonderful place. Now, I will warn you. Joe, when you go there, your heart may sink a little when you drive up on it because it looks like people are packed in so tight together. They are very small sites. However, in all the interviews I've done with people there, talking to people there on camera and off camera, that concern evaporates immediately. People are so kind and warm and friendly, and there's so much to do there. It's typical for people to go, oh my, this is too tightly packed, and it evaporates on day one, so don't worry. On medical scare, Marie says, so glad Dottie's improved. George is a hoot. George is a piece of work. George is hearing me talk on camera now, so he should be headed over to the litter box to make a racket pretty soon here. Oh, Pam Lewis says it's called flaring, the flames that I see in the oil fields, and somewhere there's another one. I hope we get to it. There it says it's methane that is a byproduct of the drilling. I guess they gotta burn off the methane. Let's see. RV Life says, I love those sales from Walmart. Just need to check the dates. Yeah, it's a good idea, especially like me. Like I have thrown away so much. Here's what I do, and I'm trying not to do this. Is I'll go to the grocery store hungry, and I'll buy a bunch of stuff. Perishable stuff, thinking I'm going to eat this in plenty of time, and I end up throwing things out because they go well past the date, and I have to throw it out. So that's good advice. Check the date. They're probably Walmart's pretty good. They're not going to have expired salads out there, but they may have almost expired salads out there. So it's a good idea to check that date. You know what? Did I? Best of use by June 3rd. So I'm good. And today's the 27th, so I've got 6 days to eat that salad. That salad's going to be gone by noon today, so don't worry. Here it is, RW9573. The flames at the oil sites is called flaring, is burning off methane, a byproduct of oil production. It is dangerous to the atmosphere and a potent greenhouse gas. I would imagine. Chris B says, I like to get those grab-and-go salads and add sliced chicken and a hard-boiled egg for extra protein, and that's an easy meal. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, Squirrely says you should show us how and and what the ingredients are when you make dog food. A lot of people would love to make their own dog food, don't know how to do it. And I responded and said, search my channel. I have 9 videos on the topic. I really do have 9 videos on how I make my dog food. And Ken jumps in there and says, from 3 months ago, a title is Dottie's Dog Food Shopping, Cooking, and Storing. But if you just type in Travels with Dottie dog food, it'll show you all 9 of the videos, and you can pick which one you think looks best. Let's see. Is full-time RV living right for you? My honest advice and experience. And Tommy says, great video. I'm one of those people who can't wait to get out there, but I have to take care of my mom. Yeah, I mentioned there are people that want to get out there, but they haven't retired yet, and they probably can't earn a living on the road. Then there are people that are retirement age, but they're taking care of a family member, so they can't go out. So they like these videos, and they can kind of educate themselves for the future and live a little vicariously. Jesse says, best of luck finding a treatment regimen that helps Dottie. I totally sympathize. Few people, I'll read this, and she's not the only one saying this. GR says, providing stairs or ramp for things would help a lot to prevent jumping. After I restricted jumping for my 10-year-old dog, it helped. Vet gave her Librela, which I now regret. I think that's the injection. That wasn't a suggestion that my vet had. So we'll see how she does on ultimately on this new medication. It's a little hard to tell now because she's on the muscle relaxant for another day through tomorrow. There's only 3 pills left, and being on the muscle relaxant, it makes her pretty lethargic. Dottie. So we'll get off that, and we'll be on just the gabapentin, and we'll see how we do there. And there's some other options we have. This was a lot of people, of course, whether I'm having a health problem or Dottie is, people have really well-meaning suggestions. And I got to tell you, I don't ignore them. Some of them, here's one that got me curious. Just Making Observations says, I urge you to get a grounding earthing mat for Dottie. I'm a 65-year-old retired teacher in Las Vegas. I broke my right ankle in my mid-20s while in the Army. By 55, I was walking with a limp. Arthritis was developing. About that time, I heard about and started researching grounding/earthing. Frankly, thought it was a crackpot idea. By age 64, I was in near constant pain and using a cane to walk. Pain meds were not a solution. I explored grounding earthing again and decided it was worth a try. For less than $20, I bought a grounding mat from Amazon. At the end of August 24, I started using the mat about the size of a large table placemat at the foot of my bed, bare feet on mat while I slept. By Thanksgiving, 3 months later, I was walking with no cane, no limp, and only minimal discomfort. In many of your videos, I see Dottie on your bed or now a sofa. It would be so easy to have her lying on a grounding mat. It doesn't feel or work like a heating pad. It works by connecting with the body's electromagnetic field. And he does put now, this is commendable that not only does he have a suggestion, he puts a link in there to an NIH study, which I read a little bit of. I didn't have time to go into it deeply, but it was very surprising. And I looked on Amazon, and I didn't buy one because I'm still thinking about it, but I'm seriously considering this. Because it sounds like a crackpot idea to me. It sounds like, something a hippie from the late 60s would say. You got to be grounding. But it sounds like there may be something to this. So I'm going to check that out. All right. I'm checking the timer. We got 5 minutes left. Let's see. Dave Howard says this is a good video. That's his full-time RV living right for you. I first watched your videos last year, my first year in Quartzsite, and you did a tour of places. So I'm watching for your tips. I'm 2 years full-time now in a travel trailer. Thanks for the info. Mario says, happy to hear Dottie's doing well. Maybe a lean diet. She does have a lean diet. She gets lean ground beef and vegetables. That's all she eats. Moto Steve said their dog, who's 14, has been gabapentin for a year for cognitive decline, and she tolerates it well. This is a funny typo. Marilyn Decker says it's probably a really good thing you spend your winters in Aurora. I think she means Quartzsite. I don't know how Quartzsite got flipped into Aurora, but it did. I hope this new medicine helps her. It's so hard to see our pets and pets. There's an Aurora, New York, where part of my family's from. Let's see. All right. So here's another suggestion. This is Judy, Judy Vowell, and she's comments on here, but she's a personal friend that I've camped with for a couple of years. And she was piggybacking on Lisa, another friend, talked about laser treatment, which I had mentioned because the doc said she also does acupuncture and laser treatment as alternative treatments if this doesn't work well. I truly believe it made Gertie and Lady's pain almost gone. That was her older pets that have passed on. She's got a new one now, Buddy. But I truly believe it made Gertie and Lady's pain almost gone. They both had arthritis in their backs and legs. So that's a good, I don't know about the acupuncture. I haven't heard much about that. But the vet does this laser treatment. So we'll look into that. And we still have a couple minutes left. Jeremy Grandstaff says, so glad it worked out well. May want to try fish oil. We are here for you. Well, Dottie is on fish oil. Some dog chews for fish oil. Because when I put fish oil on her food, she was like, she ate it, but she was not happy about it. She did not like that smell or taste. But she's eating the supplement cubes for fish oil and also turmeric. And that was those two things were the suggestion of the veterinarian as supplements. Robert, this is Robert again, but he has another pretty interesting comment here. And I suspect it'll be the last one. It's long, and I'll give you some thoughts on it. We really enjoyed your thoughtful explanation and descriptions of life being a full-time RVer. The full-time RV life can help in many ways to a simpler and more affordable life, especially if you compare having to retire early with a house and all the expenses that come with that. We're lucky enough to retire early and afford health insurance until Medicare kicked in. If we had known about full-time RV life, we could have saved a lot of money in bills, plus our quality of life could have been much better for those 4 years. Keep up the good work and give Dottie and George a hug for me. Yeah, this is, I think, unless the U.S. economy does something miraculous over the next decade, More and more people are going to be struggling with how to afford retirement. So more and more people are going to be looking at this lifestyle. And certainly, I've said it, and maybe I haven't said it enough. The main benefit is I don't have to worry about money. Now, that's not going to be the thing for everyone. I have friends that are on very small fixed incomes doing this life, and they do worry about money. Money's a concern. But if you have an average income like I do, which is considered my asset, that is the alarm. So my assets and my income, if you were to talk to like the people that do retirement planning, would say, oh my, that's terrible. That's not enough. And it's not enough to buy a retirement home and, live in, a fancy retirement community. So it's not, but it's more than enough to live this lifestyle. And I find it very comfortable and worry and stress free. So, thanks for that comment. And that's all we have time for today. We're going to stick as close as I can get to that 20 minutes. Tell me what you think of me doing it this way versus the other way, being shorter versus longer. I really invite your feedback. And so it's like, I like it, I didn't like it, or I don't care. That's legit too. I can take it either way. Or you might even say, mix it up. Who knows? Let me know, and I will see you tomorrow.